So, I will be speaking about the GIC Hub that has been newly started. Although the hub existed in the form of an advanced lab for some time, I think I'll just start. So, this hub has been formed with multiple objectives in mind. Uh, I want you to understand that it is not only a research component. In fact, Dr. Datta, Shamita ji, even Bharat, I think they have already spoken that geospatial technology needs a multidisciplinary approach, multifarious approach. So this is how we look at the objectives of the hub. It is not just to create more applications, not only to have multidisciplinary research and development. We are looking at capacity building, educational outreach. We are looking at data for policy, because many a times what we see that geospatial data exists, the models have been built, but whether they actually get implemented at governance level. So we want to have that component as well. We are looking at entrepreneurship and innovation, and we have a dedicated line of work related to open source data and open source software and data in geospatial. So this is in many ways a unique approach. We are speaking about strategic partnership for capacity building. So we don't want just the geospatial technology to be uh, developed but not used. We want the capacity to use that available at different levels. We want to combine research with outreach, which is important because people do their research in silos and there is no outreach. It doesn't go into an education component. We want to combine FOSS with open data, because many a times you get open source software, but in geospatial technology you can't have software without the associated data. So we try to have that approach as well. We want to look at the entire chain from analysis ready data to decision ready information. We are looking at combining GI science with engineering, and we'll see something how we want to do that, and adding entrepreneurship to innovation. In some way, it contributes to all the 9 strategic areas of capacity building that in geospatial technology that UNGGM in its last meeting had discussed. So we know that to make this larger geospatial marketplace, we have to find value of geographic information for communities. Now, the paradigm shift also provides us the opportunity to build capacity solutions at multiple levels, at the natural systems level, at the human systems level, and the coupling of natural systems with human systems is very important. Okay, so and I also wanted to focus on the 2 kinds of problems, societal problems we try to address. One is from global to local, and I'm not going to read through that because the clock is ticking. But there's also the aspect of local to global. So when communities adopt geospatial technology, when communities are in a position to leverage geospatial data, indigenous communities, municipal corporations, you can have solutions that have not been traditionally, what we have discussed, that have not been employed in India in a large scale. So I'll just go through few examples of the projects that have been done in IIT Bombay and how these link up to the overall objectives of the hub. So this is a project called climate project for climate resilient agriculture. This is done for 2 divisions of Maharashtra, Marathwada and Vidarbha, and IIT Bombay, if you can go to that link, you should be able to see multiple POCs or studies that helped generate the system for climate resilient agriculture. It's a project that is funded by the World Bank, and IIT Bombay serves as the testing bowl for many of these systems, and they are based on spatial data of the place, the drainage system, the rain, the agriculture, the crops. We've developed water balance tables. And so let's go to the other one, which is urban solid waste management, and this is for Mumbai. We are working very closely with Bombay Municipal Corporation, trying to understand the need for a collection of solid waste on a spatio-temporal basis, and involvement of the community directly into that. So this is disaster management stack. We are working closely with multiple agencies and industry to develop a geospatial technology stack across the disaster management cycle. Uh, these are some applications that our MRS lab, microwave radiation lab in IIT Bombay in CSRE has been looking at. Uh, so this is P-band passive microwave sensing of soil moisture. In fact, this has received a lot of interest. And these are two mapathon events, one that was done during the 2020 during the lockdown period, and one is running right now, to have large scale participation of students to generate solutions using maps. So and then we also have a good record of generating entrepreneurs and incubating ideas. In fact, I'm very happy to note that Bhugol is here right now. So we will continue under our objectives to go on with. So geospatial information science and geospatial information engineering, I don't think you will see these two topics discussed very often, but engineering is important, the science is important, the engineering is important as well. And if you see the overlap, that's where we have to focus, because that is where society benefits, and that is how we can possibly bridge the geospatial digital divide. Some academic challenges that we face, I think Bharat has already covered most of it. So, but I think I will focus that geospatial technology by definition is multidisciplinary, and hence this is, to my mind, the first experiment. The GIC Hub is the first experiment that is truly multidisciplinary coming out of IIT Bombay. Uh, the focus is on project-based learning, because I think I don't have that slide, but during the lockdown, I had a series of discussion with academicians across the globe, and we learned that geographic information pedagogy is so dependent on having real systems, real data, and relevant data. We don't have to start with world maps to teach geospatial data. We can start with local, so that real data and relevant data for objective learning. So we have an objective to uh, create the geographic information officers through a blend of learning of geospatial body of knowledge. And the need for geographic information officers has been documented very well across URISA, OGC, everywhere around the world. And it is important that over the next 5-10 years we are able to train, or we are able to generate these geographic information officers. So some of the steps forward that we have: we want to move from applications to solutions. We want to move, we want to involve technology with engineering. We want to look at project-based learning and learning while building. We want to have open data. I think we heard Bharat speak about the need for having shared data and sharing culture. open data for experimentation and learning, and multidisciplinary efforts. I think Dr. Mathur also mentioned, it is not optional, it's mandatory. So one needs to start on these. So that's my last slide, and time's up. Please.